Hi again, welcome back Anusika. So today let's make delicious tiger prawns, and it's a Cantonese style and it's my take on it, and this is definitely going to be a recipe that you're going to make it over and over again. So let's get started. It's got a couple of bottle sauces. So I have like tomato ketchup, some rice vinegar, some Worcestershire sauce. And for those who can find Worcestershire sauce, I'm going to share in the description box a couple of a mix of sauces. It's going to have the same concoction of a Worcestershire sauce. And in goes the soya sauce. I have chopped 3 tablespoons of garlic, and I'm adding a little bit of to our sauce, and 2 tablespoons of ginger, and same I'm adding a very little bit of it to the sauce. So along with this, I'm going to check for salt. Make sure to add a little less of a salt, because the soy sauce usually has it's very salty, so make sure to be conscious about that. So in goes our brown sugar, or you can add molasses if you have, otherwise just brown sugar is good. And for people who do not have brown sugar in the house, please substitute with the regular sugar, it's fine. But brown sugar is what is going to give the caramelized color to our prawns today. So mix it well, and for some heat I'm going to add chili flakes. So you can add more or less of chili flakes depending of how much of heat you want. But this prawns is usually a balanced flavor of heat, sweetness, and sourness from the rice vinegar. I'm using bok choy today along with spring onions. These are the only 2 combination of vegetables I'm using. I'm not using any onions and anything else. So let's cut the spring onions. I'm not cutting it too small, just a bit longer in size, and I'm going to keep the white part separate with the green part of the spring onions. So I'll show you why in a moment when we start cooking, because the green part gets cooked quicker than the white part, so we're going to save that for later. Same with bok choy. Okay, with bok choy you should be very careful, because there is sand in the tip of the leaves, so make sure to separate each of the leaves and then clean them individually, so just to make sure there is no soil that's left in the bok choy. So for people who can't find bok choy, you can skip adding bok choy. Please do not substitute with broccoli. It's going to give a different flavor to the prawns. So just chopping the bok choy similarly, like I'm leaving the white parts along with the white parts of the spring onions, and I'm going to leave the green leafy part separately, that I'm going to add later while we are going to stir fry our prawns. So this is how you're going to leave it. So basically in Chinese cooking, the prep work is longer than the actual cooking. So these are my nice tiger prawns that I caught. Just make sure to damp dry, so there's no water. I'm going to use it with the skin, and make sure to remove the legs, they don't look appealing. So I think I left a few, but make sure to clean them all well. So the same ginger and garlic that I had chopped, I'm distributing some of it also to our prawns now. I'm just going to save a very little bit of garlic and ginger for stir fry, but otherwise I'm distributing all the ginger and garlic that I chopped previously in all of these things. In goes some salt, some chili flakes for some heat, and 1 egg white. Just the egg white alone, so it coats all of the spices that we are going to add to our prawns. So remember not to add too much of salt. So some of the sauce that we mixed, I'm also going to add to our prawns, along with 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. So the cornstarch is going to help us bind all of these spices together. So add a little bit at a time. Cornstarch, we don't want a thick coating of cornstarch in our prawns. So it's ready now to stir fry. So I have added two tablespoons of regular oil. I'm going to stir fry these in a cast iron, or if you have a wok, you can just use a regular wok. So make sure to keep the temperature of the stove on the highest that you can go. So once the skin of the prawns turn orange, it's ready to take it off from the heat, because we don't want to overcook the shrimp or the prawns at this time. So in goes the chopped ginger and garlic that we had saved previously. Just stir fry that, and now we add the white parts of bok choy and the white part of the scallion or the spring onions. So just stir fry everything on a very high flame. And now we add the green part of the scallions and the bok choy. So just for 5 minutes until it's got all of the moisture out from the heat, and that's it. You remove and keep the bok choy, spring onions and prawns in a separate bowl. In the same wok, we'll add the sauce that we prepared, and make sure the heat is again high. So we are going to reduce this sauce into a nice thick sauce though. So if you for you to know how it is done, is take a spoon, and if you see the back of the spoon, it will be nice and coated. So then you know the sauce is ready. So in goes the prawns and the bok choy and the spring onions. And again, make sure the temperature in the stove is the highest that you can go. So you are going to mix the prawns along with the sauce. So it's going to nicely give a nice coating to our sauce, to the prawns. And yes, it's done. It's ready to serve. Make sure to remove off from the heat immediately, and heat and enjoy when it is nice and hot with the steamed rice, white rice or even brown rice. So I hope you like my recipe, and do check in my description box below for all the details. And if you haven't already subscribed to Sika, do like and subscribe to my channel. And thanks for watching. You have a good day. Bye bye.